I love the new year because so many people reconnect to their health and fitness goals and they find that motivation and that spirit within them to take better care of themselves moving forward. The problem is, though, most people tend to rely on something that's not personalized. So when it comes to an exercise solution or a meal plan, what they tend to do is go with what's already out there and just plug it into their life. Now, I'm going to explain to you in this video why you do not want to do that. So let me explain. So let's say you find a fitness video on YouTube and you say, this is a great workout. I really want to follow this workout. I'm going to do this 3 or 4 days a week. The spirit is great. The motivation is great, but that workout's not going to deliver to you exactly what your body needs. And the same goes for, let's say you find at your local gym, there's a fitness class and you decide you're going to start going to that yoga class or aerobics class, whatever it is. Well, again, the use of time there is not going to be appropriate for you. So if you're putting in, let's say it's a 45-minute class, you might be getting 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe even 20 or 25 minutes of really optimal benefit for yourself if we're lucky. But you're certainly going to have some things there that are extraneous and that are not ideal for you. Now, I've talked in previous videos, FIT principles, F-I-T-T, frequency, intensity, time, and type, applies to everything you're doing, whether it's stretching, whether it's a cardiovascular exercise, whether it's more of a strength building exercise, or if it's something of a combination. Everything you're doing is going to be based upon those FIT principles, right? Everything's got to be just right for what your body needs at that point in time. And if you don't hit the sweet spot, if you overdo it or underdo it, we're either wasting time or we're using time dangerously and we're doing something that's not productive for your body. Now, when it comes to safety, I know a lot of people just say, well, I've been doing this program a while and I haven't been injured. What I would tell you at a more subclinical level of discussion is that a lot of times it's an injury that you do have that you're not realizing. And perhaps the word injury is kind of a funny one here, but if you're putting inflammation in your heart because you're giving your heart either lengthier work or just higher intensities than what are appropriate at that point in time in your fitness journey, that's not a win. Even though you're being active, if you're putting more inflammation in your heart than what's appropriate, you really don't want any, but if you're doing that from exercise, then that is not a win. You are ultimately taking time out of your busy day to really set yourself up for more harm than good in the future. And the same goes for your joints as well and your muscles. You might not have a muscular tear or something that's very noticeable and painful until you're 6 months, 12 months or more into this unpersonalized workout. But the point is, if you're building towards that, if you've got this low-grade inflammation happening that you're not even feeling in your tissues and your joints, or if you're slowly just damaging muscles, but it's not really painful yet, believe me, that is an injury. And you're setting up your long term to not be optimal for yourself. And so again, this is why I really do not recommend a fitness class or anything that's not personalized to you. Now, there is also the whole other discussion that even when it is personalized to you, many coaches out there are not personalizing properly. They're just not using the guidelines and the data that's out there to really match their decisions to what your body needs in that moment. So that's a whole nother video, a whole nother discussion. But I'd say the very first step is do something that's personalized. Do something that is at least trying and making every effort to figure out what your body needs the most, what it doesn't need quite as much, but it still needs, and what are some things it doesn't necessarily need. If you've already got, say, overactive anterior muscles here in the chest and the shoulders, then maybe we don't need to really spend more than a minute or two working those muscles at all. Just keep that out of the program for the time being. And if you've got some muscle deficits, some strength deficits, and if certain joints are not firing well, let's get those fixed before we try to get into any kind of meaningful long-term action, like, for example, a 40-minute run. Let's first fix the big problems that we have before trying to get into something like that. So anyway, appropriateness is key. That is the most important thing that I hope you take away from this video and that you try to plug into every kind of workout that you're doing. If you have questions, please let me know down below in the comments. You can also get in touch with me to talk more personally. And if you would like to get my app where I'm actually personalizing your workouts for you at just $100 a month, you can also sign up for that at virtualvideofitness.com. All right, everybody, I'm looking forward to a very healthy and happy new year. I'll see you next time.